Hello you lot, how you all doing? Not been on for a while. Getting a bit disheartened, a bit lost in certain things where I'm starting to move me models that were all packed up out of where they were in the garages that I had them in, and yes, lots of damaged stuff. An awful lot of stuff's gone in a bin. Sickens me really, because the money's spent on it, and now neat and tidy. I kept everything in storage where when I did have it, when I lived in my fixed abode. But yeah, unfortunately, people and anyway, it doesn't really matter. But I've lost a lot, so that's why I haven't really been on much of a mood. But what I will say is, the other night I went to. We paid a visit to, I think it was a Medway club, yeah, Medway Model Club. Me and one of my members decided to jaunt on over there, and very nice indeed. There's a lot of models there. They welcomed me and the lad with open arms. Very nice. Thanks for the invite, Medway, and also a little shout out for a guy called Ben who subscribes to me. And he's Lancaster, the 32 Hong Kong one. That won that night's competition. So well done, mate. It was well deserved, and it was nice to meet you. Yeah, nice talking. And his wife Kim was there as well. Now we're hoping to get into the Medway show. I think it's in September. Can't remember now. Can't remember the date offhand. So my club, Surrey Scale Model Club, is going to go over and join in the antics that go on. It's a small show. I think it's at the Chatham Dockyards, but it's a nice show. It's in the Army Museum. I think it's where it's held. I haven't been there for an awful long time, but yeah. So anyway, so that was Friday night. And then I went and collected some stuff Saturday afternoon from one of my lockups. And anyway, as people might have noticed on Facebook, and I've done it on Instagram as well, but this took a bit of an impaling. Now this was my 12 Squadron 132 Italieri GR4. I couldn't finish it because I had to move house. So as far as I got with it was as far as you see, only it had all the weapons and stuff on and the wheels. The only thing I really needed to do was the PO tubes, angle of attack indicators, and the PO on the end there. And I think there might have been a couple of other things. Anyway, I picked up a box that had been quite badly crushed, and it was basically where something had been in there, whether it was a cat or a fox or something got in, disturbed something, and everything went a bit squashy, and this was in one of the box, and it just went pancaked it, which basically I've lost all the undercarriage. There was a couple of stumps in the rear. One of them I think you can just still see there. There's not a lot left of that one. There's nothing in the front. I was lucky enough to find the front wheel, but it's like that, so it's beyond repair. I've lost one of the front wheels because I had a 3D printed resin set on it, which was the up-to-date set from Armory, I think it was, when I used to do their stuff for them. But yeah, this was broken off here, this auxiliary power unit intake, that was snapped off. One of the flap sections, I can't remember, I think it was this one, was completely off. This was all bent, the IFR probe, and this was all broken away from the fuselage. So I've started to repair her. I've got to give a shout out to her, but clear your throat, son, crying out loud, can't hear. I've got to give a shout out to a guy called Phil Fisk. Now, I've never met Phil in person. I would like to. He builds these tornadoes. I I think it's a bit like Mark Andrews, but Phil Fisk is really knows he knows his stuff. And he helped me out once before with a set of decals for a 12 Squadron, which is for my other Tornado. And kindly so, thanked him and all that. And then I put up a post. I wasn't asking for anything, but I put up a post on this, and what I was asking was whether there was any metal undercarriage for it. And Phil came back and said, "Give me your name and address, and I'll send you the relative spruce to fix this." So Phil, again, 2 times 2 now. You've helped me out twice. I can't thank you, mate. You're a diamond. If you watch my videos and you see this one, you are going to put this one back on its wheels. You're bringing this to life. I didn't, because the other thing as well is you can't get any pilots, no British pilots in 32 scale. The top pilot manufacturer at the moment in any scale, because he does do a variety of scales now, is Reed Oak, but they're all American. And yeah, but I'd love for him to do a 132 scale Tornado and Typhoon, because I've got both those kits in 32 scale, so I'd love for him to do that. But going back to this, Phil, I can't thank you enough, and hopefully we will meet one day, and I can shake your hand, because you've helped me out twice now, and yeah, you're a top bloke. Thank you very much. So yeah, so I'm hopefully going to get this back on its feet. I still need to find. I've had another look this morning through some boxes. I can't find any of the weapons where it all got broken. I know I didn't use. I bought a packet of brimstones. I can't remember where I got them from, and I think they were brass in. And I can't remember how many was in a packet, but there was a few in the packet. But I only used 3 on this. Well, I used 3, and they were on here. They were on the rear, the very rear, pointing down, and they've gone missing. But the actual box where they were all in, that's gone missing too. So I need to find that. As far as this thing goes, I glued the front wheel door on there. I can't glue this wheel door on because it needs to go on the actual undercarriage itself. I've got this wheel door that broke off. I've put it in a box. Everything I've got for it is in a tub, in a clear plastic tub. So what I've managed to salvage is that, but it's just everything else. I got the wing pond. Found a tank when I went over there this morning. I found the other Hindenburg tank. God almighty. A little hooray! I'll tell you, there's nothing worse. And you spend all your time just. I mean, this aircraft, what it means to me, right? Now, I've never seen the real thing, and what it is I like 12 Squadron. You can't get a Buccaneer in 32, so this was it. So I saved my coins. I got it. I waited a long time to get it, and then when I got it, I asked about some 12 Squadron decals, and the set that I ended up buying, which I looked, it was a 72 Euro decal set, and of course this was supposed to be on the one that had the black, white, and green tail, but in 72 scale. So I've got the Fox badge. It's as near as damn it to the real thing scale. I've got a picture of the real jet. Then it had my lucky number, 034. So 34 is the number that used to be on Kevin Schwanz's bike when I used to race bikes. But I didn't have 34, but I always used to have a little number 34 somewhere stuck on my bike. So that was that. But I had number 5, which is the 5th, which is when I was born. I was born on day 5 of September. So then I had the 12 Squadron emblem to go on the front there. So I did the 12 Squadron Tornado with my favourite number in my favourite squadron, and the GR4 is my favourite of all the Tornado range. So that's why I built this jet, and because of what it is, it was a patchwork quilt, so it was a mix and maze of all colours. As a matter of fact, I don't know whether I can. There you go. Oh my god, look at the state of me. But anyway, so you can see there, and then when I flick it underside, I also had some help in weathering this from a chap who was a Tornado online engineer, and for the bloody life of me, I can't remember who he was. He's ex-RAF. Well, he would be, wouldn't he, if he worked on Tornadoes? I don't know, he could have been working. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, he helped me with all of this burnishing on the rear here, and how it gets stained. And there was him and a couple of his friends who were telling me what leaks where. Now, somebody out of a lot of them was kind of started out by being a bit, because I work with them, I know the ins and outs of the donkey's hind legs. And anyway, I said to him, mate, if you're going to make a criticism, at least help us out, and stop being nasty about it and big-headed, and just help me out. If I can correct something, and this model is as true as damn it, then just help us out. And he did. And this other guy overtook him, the one that really helped me out, who was a Tornado line engineer. And this was the result. So I mean, I'm chuffed a bit. So I can't remember his bloody name, and he probably never ever watches YouTube. So, but thanks to him anyway, whoever you are, I can't remember. But yeah, he really helped us out. The cockpit in this, I didn't really do much with it. I don't think you're really going to see much from this, but oh Christ, no, if I do that, it bleaches everything out. It's not. It's a good cockpit, just as a basic cockpit. I haven't got the funding to afford all these luxuries that go with them and what have you. But then again, the old eyesight ain't too clever either, I mean, you start getting little tiny fiddly things, then, strain and all that, yeah. Anyway, but if I did have them, and I did have the money to get them, then yeah, I'd have a go. I'd have a go chucking them in. So the cockpit's pretty basic. I could put a few wires on the back here before I finally do whatever I'm going to do, but I'm going to have it. I think my old plan was to have it so it sat with the cockpit open so you could see into it. Oh God, it's talking too much. Yeah, so I was well chuffed with this Tornado. So I've got the Poseidon that is up there. I've got an A350, Mirror 2000. This other Tornado that I did start to build earlier on, way back in the videos, to do as well. I seem to be getting the move doesn't help. Any kind of move with autism and stuff, it throws you off your line where you're working, and yeah, you kind of get a bit how can I put it, veered off on the wrong track, so you get sidetracked. That's wrong. So you end up picking up something else and whatever. And I just got to. I'll tell you what. Wrong recovery in Canada. I can't remember where it was, Wisconsin or Minnesota. Anyway, probably wrong on both of them. What made me laugh? I was watching his video the other day, and they have a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bang. When he puts his coffee cup, apparently someone wrote in. So you got a shoulder that goes, and it goes, whatever he does, and then there's I'm not going to do it, but anyway, I just needed that because I'm bloody drying out a bit. So, yeah, so anyway, so I had, going back when I veered off, I veered off onto a Porsche 935 Turbo Tamiya kit. Now, it was the original kit from 1979. So, as nice as that is, when it came to putting the decals on, I tried one decal, the bonnet decal, and it broke. And I thought, oh dear. Anyway, to replace those decals for the modern day version, because I rang up Obico and I spoke to a chap there, and he said, what's the kit number? And I told him, and I knew more about the product than he did, and I knew more about the modern day product than he did, because he said he doesn't know whether the decals would work, because it might not be the same. It's the same car, mate. Although I've got the 1979 kit, we're now in 2023, some 43 years later, the kit hasn't changed size. It's still the same kit, but it's the decals. So the decals back then were thick, brittle, and bloody awful, and I put them in lukewarm soapy water to try and make them a bit more flexible. But when they went to release from the paper, the backing paper, the one decal split. I thought, oh no. I managed to salvage it, got it on a nice smooth bonnet. It wasn't conforming. And I thought, well, I can't put it in boiling hot water, because what's it going to do? It'll just crack. So I as you do, move all the air bubbles out. You do your best to get it the best looking the way you can. I left it for half hour and I put it on, I've got a little coffee cup warmer here, so I put it over that, so it heated it up, kept it warm and kept it down. And then I decided to put a little bit of this stuff on it, which should just bzzzt, and that's it. It didn't, it went shh like that, and it stayed like it. And it just had this horrible mountain range all over it. And I thought, bugger. So that's why I rang up Obico to import Tamiya kits. Anyway, they wanted something like 20 quid. And I thought, Christ, it's Tamiya that special, they don't give anything away. You ring up Revel, say, right, Revel, look, my decals are a bit shot to bits, they've broken up. New set in the post, 3 to 6 weeks. 2 weeks later, they're on your doorstep. That's Revel. Monogram is the same thing. I've had a game with another manufacturer. I think it was Airfix. Yeah, they're another one. And yeah, it's on your doorstep, free of charge. Right? But Tamiya, you want you to buy stuff. And then, of course, they give you this decal set. But what you get in a decal set is you get a set of seat belts. So that, because this is what comes with the latest kit. So over the years, they've slowly surely been adding bits and bobs. So now, when you buy the normal 935, you get the Porsche kit from 1979, and then you get a metal etch fret about this big, and then you get all the decals plus the seat belts. Fair enough, 18 quid, okay. Need a new set of decals. I'm not too keen on paying 18 quid for it. But, it's a bit much. So I paid I didn't pay a lot for the kit because I got it abroad. My mate got it for us. He found it, haggled with the woman and got it cheap. Sent it over here. And so there we are. But when you look at how much them things are, they're like 200 bloody quid on, on the thing. So anyway, decided all that bullshit. Anyway, so of course you get these seatbelts. So the seatbelts are no good without the buckles. So if you buy the buckles, it means you've got to buy the fret set. Oh, fuck me. The whole lot worked out about 60 quid. Just forget it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that now. I don't know whether I'm going to just buy the decals and see if I can make my own seatbelts. I don't even know whether Hyro Boy does any seatbelt buckles and latches and stuff. If they do it on their own and they're not stupid money, then I might be able to get some, but probably not. But anyway, so that was that. So that was a Porsche. So I've had to put that down. So that's back in its box down here. So of course, when I was searching for all my stuff and I was looking through my boxes, trying to find what was in them, because I had marks on the bloody box what it was. I then came across something and I thought to myself, my God, that's my all-time favourite vehicle. So here it is. The Merkava tank with the trophy system. And I opened up the box, it was a bit crumpled, and I thought, well, it's obviously been taped up from somewhere else. And yeah, I'd started it. Now, with these tanks, I use them as good projects for weathering stuff. So when it comes to weathering your aircraft, if you want to get a quick, job lot practicing, go and buy a tank, mate, and you can build the whole thing, as is, and then you just weather it, and it comes out how it comes out. But they're great for doing stuff like that. You can always add a bit more to them, eventually when it comes to it, you can add all the bags and the crap that goes around them and all the rest of it. But they're good for weathering. You can practice all your weathering skills. So what I thought I might do, I might well show you how I do my weathering on this tank. So I'll have to get it painted up and what have you, and then we'll weather it, see what it comes out like. But in the meantime, I'm just slowly getting back into it because I've had all this carnage and I've had to chuck so much of my stuff away. I mean, we had the woman moaning, and I thought to myself, mate, you're moaning at me, and you're not the one that's lost anything. I've had to chuck, I think, in the region of about 400, 500 pounds worth of books away. I haven't even started to count model kits yet. But whatever scrambled around in that garage at the back, it's just, everything's avalanched onto the floor, and it's just, bits are going to be lost, a bit like that tornado. So yeah, it's a bit gut wrenching really, but hopefully nothing will happen to that. I'll tell you what, the best thing to do is if you ever move in house, and I know there's a couple of people said to me on Instagram, that they think there's one there who's got to move and he's not looking forward to it. And I said, I never do, but all my models go last out, so they're last out, first in, and then I can get them put away and out of harm's reach. But when they've got to go into storage, and I mean, when it is storage, all I could afford at the time was a garage. So I just had a council garage, and unfortunately somebody broke in through the roof, and that's, I informed them months and months in advance. They never took no notice. Then they said I could have the garage for free. Someone else took that woman's place up the council, and next thing you know, this young girl was shouting at me for money. I start paying it again. I'm paying over the odds now. It's got to the point now where they want the garages closed down because they're asbestos and they don't want anybody in them. And I just want to get my stuff out, so I've stopped paying for it now, and I'm just gonna get all my gear out. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but because the old storage lock-up places are bloody expensive, from what I know. But the thing is it might pay, because obviously we've got a minimum of 14 months in this place. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to try and cheer myself up now, because I also found my little jar of sand. This is I have got the packet somewhere, but this is what they call chinchilla dust. So when the old chinchillas, the old big mouse wants to have a bath, he goes straight in that, and that's it. Well, cheap as chips, but when you want to put it on the tank for the anti-slip stuff, because it's so fine, it's perfect. So I'll show you how I put that on as well. But right, for now, we're just going to finish my cup of tea. I'm going to go and have something to eat now. I've been on the phone for 24 minutes, and by now you're probably sitting there thinking, shut up. Anyway, before I dive off, a quick something. I'm helping out because I live in the south, so I'm helping out with a charity called Kits for Kids project 2023. And Mark Andrews, the one who is the organiser, if you like, and Luke Carswell is him as well. There's a few others, but they're all mainly up north. I'm the only one down here that I know of. It's a charity. Basically, what we're doing is we're getting money together to give kids in hospitals the model kits, not as in like this tank, but the old snap together stuff, the quick build stuff, because obviously you're limited as to what you can supply in hospital with, like glues and paints and Lord knows what. But if you just get the quick build stuff, then you know they're a lot easier, because you can provide the kit and then you just get all the stickers in there, and you know they got a Spitfire or a car or whatever it is. So yeah, so it's a charity. Now we're hoping to raise £5,000 by December. We've had an enormous amount of money come in from a chat in New Zealand. So we're now just bringing over halfway there. So if you want to help out, go over to what is it? It's Mark Andrews Vlog, I think he's called. Let me tell you. Hang on, he was only on here the other day. Where is he? Always the bloody way. The minute you want to find something, you can't find it. But I don't know how to put it on my on my YouTube. I don't know how to bring all this. I can't edit to save my life. Yeah, so it's Mark Andrews Model Vlog. You can go on there, or you can go on my Facebook page, and I'll have a little the QR thing. So you put the camera on your phone, ding, and it'll take you to the charity page, and you can just donate whatever you want, £1, £10, £100, and yeah, it'd be much appreciated if you could do that. Just off the cuff, the guy that donated the most so far, I think, was £2,000, and they couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it, and we didn't know whether he was for real or whether he was messing about. But it turns out, yeah, he's dead cert. He's all up for it. He's written the cheque out, and yeah, it's on its way. So it's all in the account. So amazing, £2,000 just for one modeler. Oh, blimey. So anyway, every little helps, as Tesco says. So yeah, that's it. Mark Andrews Model Vlog. If you look him up and go to his channel, you can see the video on there where he was talking all about what's going to happen and how things are going to work out. And then what I'll do is I'll put their advert up for the charity on my Facebook page, and you can just zap the QR code and put a subscription in. And thank you very much indeed. And thanks to all my subscribers. Stay healthy, keep well. The weather's starting to get warmer. Things are looking up. Sun's out today. And and well, as soon as my head's in the right place, I'll get straight back into the modelling and probably crack on and finish the Poseidon for one. That's got to be finished. And hopefully, my old favourite, this girl, will be up and running again, and then we'll look into doing the other Tornado as a build as well. I've done parts 1 and 2. I've got to go back and have a look, but we'll carry on from there. So anyway, guys and girls, thank you very much to all 1,062 of you blinding channels going forward. Share it as much times as you like. Watch it all. Give us a thumbs up. Thanks very much. We'll see you again soon. Bye.